All right, we are back. Sorry about that interruption. All we had a glitch there with the lobby, wouldn't let some people join back in, so we've restarted, reset the grid, and ready to go for the race here at Monaco. Scott, are you with us?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
loud and clear. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we go. Obviously, I think 19 on the grid that we've got, and as I said, Trenner and Quick Killer were the two on the front row. Trenner getting pole position, so formation lap will be on. So we'll have a quick chance at seeing what strategies they are going to go for. Obviously, hopefully they do remember to put setups on. Otherwise,
It's going to be
yeah,
a long
we'll
race otherwise. Yeah.
yeah. I think it will default you to the highest
Preset 5.
downforce setup,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
still don't think that'd be real great with the suspension and a few of the other things that it likes to keep default. So
Yeah,
we'll have
it's a
to
pretty
wait and
unique
see.
track when it comes to setup, isn't it? So you definitely don't want to be going for a preset.
Yeah, 100%. And I know some drivers like to uh, maybe not have the quickest car around here, but definitely have it stable so they just doesn't slide around on them. So yeah, if they don't put their setups on, yeah, completely different experience for them. But as we have the green light for the formation lap.
So we are racing at night. We thought we'd throw our night race here at Monaco whilst we're in Hell Weeks. It looks like it is dry. The forecast does look clear, so I don't think we're going to have any rain, which is probably a good thing. I have tried to do this in the wet, in torrential rain. It just really didn't go well, Scotty. I think I lasted a few corners and that was it. So dry racing's hard enough at this place.
Yeah, 100%. I think looking at the race briefing, I think tiers 2 and 1 won't have, if they've got weather, it'll only be very light, if anything. But yeah, I'm sort of in the same boat as you. But looking at the tyres real quick, Quick Killer's sort of gone a little bit different in terms of the starting stint, and it's going to be interesting to see how he goes to try and hold up a couple of those medium runners behind him. So if he can hold on, it might not be a bad strategy, tyre strategy, but in saying that, safety cars do decide to work on this track now. So it will be interesting to see if we get an early safety car. You may see a lot of drivers come in onto the hard tyres and then just keep track position and get their pit stop out of the way.
Yeah, the game reset, right? So they've got a bucket full of soft tyres. So, I don't know if I'd be running the hard tyre to tell you the truth. I'd probably be starting with the meds and, seeing how we go. There's probably going to be a couple of safety cars. So, another set of meds and a soft might do it. But I think Quick Killer's got the pace. So he's shown that he's fast and there's those behind him. So as long as he can sort of keep close to Trenner, it might be a good strategy. But let's sit on with might sit on with Deadly P4. Um, and it's really just going to be cautious into the first corner here. So let's see how we go. My heart's pounding, Scotty. It's a tricky one. Mertz is disqualified. Everyone seems to have. Oh no, Janet's disqualified as well.
Yeah, just going that little bit deep in the box as we wait for Quiet Cake to just roll up to his pit box. He takes it nice and carefully, and we've got all 20 on the grid.
All right, one light, two light, three, four, five lights are out, and they're off. It's not the greatest of views here, but let me just jump on board with Deadly.
Oh,
Oh,
we've got
it looks.
close, pretty good, but it got close between Deadly Fuller and Dan the race as we
Oh, and
come
I
up the
think I saw
hill.
a crash of a Haas. Oh,
Yeah, that's Wayne. Looks like they're good for the time being, so just maybe a minor spin, but Treno got the jump that he needed. Luckily he had the inside line because Quickhiller was actually quite quick off the line on those hard tyres as we've got another little issue as Quiet Cake and Jeneth at the back, but you can just see through the hairpin how congested it does get as we come through the tunnel for the first time. And sort of
and I'm
top
not
two.
seeing any damage on any cars at the moment. So I have seen a few little cars bump together, but seems to be clean so far. And we have all 19 drivers at this stage.
Yeah, exactly right. Obviously, give it a little bit of time, but yeah, good as I just saw Quick Killer just have a little bit of a slide through the swimming pool. Obviously, not too bad. Obviously, these guys are running about it'd be close to 50 kilos worth of fuel, so these cars will be quite a handful to drive, at least in the early stages. So they've just got to take their time. Obviously, a long race to go, but they'll just sort of need to push. As I said, very hard to overtake here, so you won't see too many passes unless someone really decides to go for a lunge. But as I thought, the top two have pretty much gapped Deadly Fuller, so I think we know who this battle's going to be between.
Yeah, Quick Killer's got those hard tyres switched on pretty quickly, so he's right behind Trenner. They've got a 1.5 second gap to Deadly Fuller, so I'm sure Quick Killer's going to want to try to get past, but again, it's almost impossible to get past here at Monaco.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously he's getting the worst tyre, the slower compound out of the way. But as I said, he's really hustling Trenner. So he's very comfortable at this track. Trenner has a little bit of a slide and won't quite open up the door. Obviously, we'll get DRS this upcoming lap, but again, we won't usually see a lot of moves down here at turn 1. As you can see, Quick Killer.
I was just going to say, Bridgie's pretty close to Salmons at the moment, but again, it's no moves happening at the moment. Yeah, Broseph, I agree. It's very clean, isn't it? We've still got 19 cars on track, and there's no damage, no wings, no nothing. So very very good demonstration here from the Tier 3 guys, keeping it clean.
Yeah, 100%. Dan just seems like a little bit of a cork in the bottle. He's got 3 cars, probably sort of the closest sort of battle on the track in terms of the top 10. But he sort of pulled up a little bit of gap for T Simmons. Didn't have the best hairpin, did the Red Bull, so he's got Bridgie right on the back of him. As Wayne and Ratbag fighting further down. So Wayne moves up a spot after that one incident that sent him to the rear of the field.
Yeah, and I think Wayne might have, Ratbag might have a problem. I know Powers passed as well, so Powers is up to P15 from P18, so he's going to want to make his move and get a few points under his bag. Points that down to P15. Oh, and Dan the Racer just passed Salmons. And Bridge is going to try to make the move as well. Let's see if he can get it done. No. Oof, so close. That turn 1 is going to be a tricky one, especially for track limits. I think drivers really need to keep an eye on that. We might see some penalties come along.
Yeah, 100% is Dan a little bit wide. The left-hander just before Casino Square. So obviously each driver sort of has a few strengths and weaknesses. Seems like Dan's a little bit stronger in this part of the track, but T Simmons seems to be quite strong in the final sector. So it's toing and
Bridgie. He just had a little bit of a snap there. I think he put his foot down just a little bit too early, just before the tunnel, and he's not going to make the move.
As we see a nice shot from the Novell chicane. Looking at the guys, T Simmons had a bit of a wobble. This could open the door for Bridgie, but again, just nowhere to pass on this track. Maybe a little bit of a send, but Bridgie covers that nicely. We've got a yellow flag. I think it may be Argo, potentially. With wing damage, he definitely does. He's missed his left end plate.
Yeah,
he's going to come in. Yeah, he's going to have to come into the pits. So on the hard tyres as well. So he's going to.
Bridge is making the move. Bridge. I think he might have just tapped the rear there. And he hasn't made the move, but it was very very close.
Yeah, it's very tough trying to go side by side up that after turn 1 because it's not straight. It's very curvy. So only one little wrong move. And you can both end up in the wall. So thankfully that's not the case. But T Simmons he's flashing on the rear, so he's actually had to burn ERS to sort of keep with Dan the Racer. And yeah, he's now sort of leading a little bit of a train as Powers moves up in the P12. He's currently up 6 spots, which is actually quite impressive around Monaco.
Let's have a look at the movers. So, yeah, Powers has made up 6, Mertz and Morris, and Quaicake are made up 2. There's not really too much other movements around the place. And now it looks like, yeah,
T7's nearly tried to stick a nose there, not quite, but he's had a poor run through the final corner, and Bridgie, can he send a move? Oh, that's good defending from T7's. And because that wall on the left-hand side really tightens up before the corner entry, you can't really go side by side. So T7's defended that well, and Bridgie still stuck behind the Red Bull at the moment.
yeah, there's a little bit of a train there behind Salmons. I know, I think the previous corner, Dan the Racer was a little bit compromised, and that might have slowed Salmons down a bit. But look, at the moment, they're really just biding their time, staying in that train, looking for an opportunity, hoping the car in front of them might make a mistake and make the move. But yeah, it's not the time to do anything silly.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Argo's pace is like on those new set of soft tyres. He's got a bit of clear track, so we'll see. Obviously, he'll lost 5 seconds due to the front wing change, but it'll be interesting to see what his pace like is in clean air with like a Bridgie, Tetris, Ty Star. They're just all sort of just stuck stuck behind in that train, and unfortunately just can't quite go anywhere. And meanwhile, Quick Killer's actually dropped off a little bit from Trenner, nearly 2 seconds up the front. So Trenner just using a little bit of his pace, but obviously Quick Killer still 6 seconds clear of Dilly Fuller in third. So big gap between the top 2, but interesting that the mediums are still working quite nicely, and the hards just not quite firing up like they were a couple of laps ago.
Yeah, but Deadly's 6.2 seconds behind P2 as well. So the front runners, I don't think Quickle's too concerned.
Yeah,
Those hard tyres will take him a bit further. So yeah, the front 2 are pulling out 6 laps in, and they're already 6-7 seconds in front. So that shows the 1 second faster qualifying pace that those boys had. And yeah, Bridges looks like he's dropped back a bit as well. So just fell just a little bit over a second behind. He's caught up a little bit, but may have made a small mistake. Not sure there. So Tetris is behind Bridgie as well, just within a second. And Ty Star in the Red Bull there in P8. So those hard runners are doing a good job with Tetris and Ty Star with the hards. There again, they're hoping these guys in front of them with the mediums will pit earlier and they can overtake them.
Yeah, and it definitely seems like Powers is really hustling Batman, so he's got pace. It'll be interesting to see how much more he can move up the field before the pit stop. Nice race from Batman out of turn 1.
It's always a little bit of it's always a little bit scary when you've got the championship leader behind you as well. So a lot of these guys don't want to be messing up or tangling with him. So I'm sure they're giving him a lot of space.
Yeah, which will be good to see as well.
There you go.
Nothing too stupid from the guys, as we know as Argo. Obviously on those new set of soft tyres.
Yeah, I think he's made up about 5 seconds on that lap. So those soft tyres doing well.
Yeah, and you only need to be stuck behind someone that doesn't quite have the pace, and you can really gain time. That's why the undercut is quite powerful here, but you've got to get clean air. That's the issue.
Yeah, you don't want to be pitting with new tyres and then stuck behind someone. It's just a waste, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was about to say from Timmy Killer had a very, very quick final sector, and like he's that 2 second gap
Oof,
we were
it's
talking about
closed
earlier.
up.
It's really closed up, so I think Quick Killer doesn't have to get tucked behind him. He doesn't have a car behind him, but he's really pushing the issue again. And that's
Powers
the thing. That's
might make the move here. Sorry.
No,
Yep.
he does.
Gets
Nice
the move
move
done.
there.
Yep.
Up to P11. But now, Quick Killer. Probably not a bad call from the Alfa Romeo driver. Just put a bit of pressure on the McLaren of Trenner. Maybe force him into a little bit of a mistake. Only takes a little bit to just slightly brush against the wall and give yourself a little bit of light green damage. But he might actually think about going for the move.
So close.
He won't. Obviously, not quite. He's pretty much nearly have to be on the rear bumper, the rear wing of the car in front to potentially have him send down the inside there.
Yeah, he's putting a lot
Again,
of pressure on him. He's trying to push him into a mistake, I think, with Trenner. So, like I said, I think that's the way you really overtake in this place. You want to hope the guy in front of you makes a mistake.
yeah, and I think Trevor knows that with the pace Quick Killer's got, he has to keep him behind at all costs. Otherwise, he may see his chance of
Yep.
victory tonight gone. So you'll see Trevor really try and fight this. And as I said, they've got the 10-second buffer to the car behind, but Quick Killer's
Ooh,
really
super
quick.
slow.
Quick Killer's really quick out of turn one, and this is the chance. So obviously, it's hard to send the move there at that particular corner that he tried, but
Into the
as I said,
hairpin.
it's coming. And those mediums will start to feel a little bit iffy. It's about this stage, about 10 laps on your first stint, that they really just start to slide around and don't give you the best traction out of a couple of these corners.
Yeah, so just looking at the stats at the moment, Trenner's tyres are on 28. I can't tell you what Quick Killers are, but the other two hard runners, Tetris is actually on 20 and Ersko is on 27. So Tetris is really managing his tyres, so he'll be able to push him a little bit longer.
Sorry, TieStar you mean? TieStar you mean?
No, Tetris on P7. Yep, Tetris on P7 on hards is at 20%.
Yeah, TieStar at 8.
TieStar, sorry, it's telling me Ersko, wrong driver number. But yeah, TieStar on 27%. So yeah, there's not a huge difference between the hards and the mediums at this stage.
Yeah, 100% powers. Moving up another spot, P10 now. Oh, there's a little bit of contact between Dan the Racer and T Simmons. Oh, and Ratbag's
Someone's
gone.
out.
That's Ratbag, and that's a safety car. Oh, he's lost it on the
Ooh,
exit of the no-move chicane. Interesting place to lose it, but you're going to see all the medium run. Actually, you're going to see every single driver into the pits to make their one and only pit stop. Quick Killer can't really afford, unless he feels like he can really push this gap out. When Trenner's going to be on 10 lap younger hard tyres.
Yeah, so you've got Batman who's come in for a set of hards. Looks like Wayne Morris has come in for some hards. Jenneth has come in as well. He's put on some mediums. Swisslaw's put on some mediums. We'll have a look now what the front runner does, Trenner. We'll sit on with him and see what he does.
Yeah, you can easily take hards from here. You could probably go as early as lap 6, lap 7. So once your safety car comes in, yeah, these hards will easily get to the end. It's just going to be whether or not the mediums will hang in there. But we'll see if Trenner will definitely pit. Does Quick Killer pit? No, he does the opposite. He'll take track position. And then we got the long wait to Delhi Fuller. And Trenner might actually even come out P2 here.
Yeah, I think
like
Deadly's coming in.
That's sort of the gap. It was going to be Tetris or TieStar if they decide to stay out. Tetris does.
It looks like they all coming out. Tetris stays out. Yeah.
So
TieStar comes in.
So
double stacking at the Red Bulls.
Yeah, I think you have to. So a few of the guys are going to get double stacked, especially because you did have that big train in the midfield.
Yeah, it looks like TieStar's getting his wing changed as well. So yeah, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, I see a couple of little yellow lights on the fuel, but so this safety car will really help them. This track does like to burn a bit of fuel, so safety car obviously definitely helps, as Argo does move up a few spots with those soft tyres, but they're already 7 laps, so they won't be going too much longer before he makes another pit stop.
Yeah, he probably should have come in and... Not sure if he started on the hards or not, but yeah.
I believe he did, yes he did.
Yeah, okay. Yep, alright, so fair enough. Yeah, but I think Trenner's come out in P2, so he's in a great position there. Fresh hards. Quick Killer's definitely going to have to pit, but Trenner might be able to take it to the end there. Tetris again on 11 lap old hards as well, so they're going to be hoping for a safety car probably in another 15 laps or so.
Yeah, another 15 laps there or thereabout, but at least Trenner knows that the other car that he's got in front of him has to make a pit stop. So
Yep.
Trenner, all he has to do for this next stint is just to stay behind the Alfa Romeo, keep relatively pace with him. He can get a couple of seconds up the road, but Trenner knows that he's got track position. The other thing that he's probably a little bit worried about is Tetris on the 12 lap old hards as well. And if he does a little bit of a bottleneck, Quick Killer might actually be able to get a pit stop on the guys that have come in. So he may come out in P2. And as you said, we've seen one crash, and we know what Monaco's like. So we may see another safety car that could actually work quite nicely for Quick Killer. So it's all to play for, and we're only a third way through this race.
Yeah. Trenner's got the fresh tyres, so he really should try to stay as close as he can with Quick Killer. Doesn't really need to pass him. And then just hope that Quick Killer needs to make up a few places when he pits. Tetris as well, you would think with the 11 lap old hards probably wouldn't be in a position to overtake him. So I think Trenner's in a really good position.
Yeah, but I think with the pace Quick Killer's got, new centre mediums on that in say about 10 laps time, 10, 11 laps time.
Yeah.
He probably can make a fair few moves done as long as it's sort of spaced out a little bit. So he could possibly do it, but it'd be interesting to see how much speed he has got on those old hards, because I know the hards can go a long way. As we're sort of roughly about, I'd say roughly is about 26-27%, I'd imagine, for Quick Killer, as a guess, compared
Yeah,
to Tetris's hards.
Tetris is on 25 at the moment. So no one else is on old hards. Ratbag did retire on 25% old hards, so they're probably about the 20, maybe high 20s, right? So you could probably get them to a good 30 laps. That wouldn't be too great, but you probably could get them to 30 laps. So yeah, throw on a set of softs if you need to right at the end.
Yeah, 100%. Argo obviously doing our call, coming in, changing onto the hard commentator tyres, probably a smart move, because at least you're going to be at the back of this train when we get going again, rather than making a pit stop in, say, 3-4 laps. I thought he was nearly about to hit the wall on his out laps, so he definitely would not have wanted to do that. And Jenneth will catch the back of this train, so he should go green at the end of this lap. Start lap 15.
So Powers is in P8 and he's stopped. So that does show you that you can overtake and make up some positions. So yeah, if Quick Killer's on a fresh set of tyres, he might be able to make up a few positions. So it's not over yet. It's only halfway or less than halfway through. So safety car should be in this lap. Yep, there's a confirmation.
Yeah, and it looks like a lot of the guys not managing to pick up damage, which is really good to see. It's been a really clean race, is what Bruce have said in the chat. Fairly clean, and the only real big incident that we've seen is Ratbag unfortunately losing it on his own.
All right, sitting on with Quick Killer. Looks like he's hands off. He's got it. Yeah, he's got a 1.2 lead. And there's a yellow flag. No, we're clear.
No issues at the back. Oh, but
Bridgie,
3-second
cut that
time penalty.
Yeah, it's probably cut corner one there.
Yeah. But yeah, bit sloppy from Trenner that he's sort of lost the gap, but obviously new hard tyres, he's sort of closed that back up straight away. And Tetris is now over a second behind the car in front. So it's going to be interesting. Deadly Fuller on the medium tyres, he will want to try and get past Tetris as quickly as he can, knowing the tyre difference in age.
Yeah, might sit on with Deadly actually. He's like you said, he's going to be much quicker with those mediums. He's kind of trying to make the move. No, it's too far.
Yeah, sort of backed out of it. I think he thought the move could have been on, but he sort of lifted the throttle just a little bit. He'll just watch Tetris for about a lap. Maybe
there's a yellow. Mertz has retired.
Oh, and he's had a big moment at the Novell chicane. Thankfully, it looks like everyone has avoided him.
Is it a safety car?
No, we go back green.
Go green.
His car's already gone. So
Powers is one to watch as well. He's really breathing down the neck of Dan the Racer. It's not going to make the move though.
And good to see, I don't think anyone else picked up damage from the Mertz incident, which is good. Yeah, definitely a few quick guys that are just trying to get past Powers. Obviously, got Dan the Racer, who did qualify P4, so he has got a bit of pace around this track. So it's just a matter of trying to find a way through.
Yeah, but there's another train here behind Tetris. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 or 7 cars
Oh, Wayne's around
behind.
just after the hairpin. So track is clear, so he'll be able to get going eventually.
We can. There was a rule that we can do a reset to track if you've got to do more than a 3-point turn.
Yeah,
Looks like
good
he's
to
did a bit of Austin Powers there, and he's managed to get around. So yep.
yeah. I think there was a little bit of an issue at the hairpin, but Wayne
Oh, and
obviously.
there's a Deadly had a bit of a snap there. Sorry,
Oh, and he's going to really be under pressure from Bridgie, and
Bridgie.
T7s really want to get this move done as well. But again, just no room at turn 1, so Deadly Fuller got away with it. So it'll be interesting to see. He doesn't look like he's picked up any damage, but then again, he's the one without any data on, so I can't tell. But,
Yeah, it looks like Wayne picked up some front wing damage there as well, either
yeah,
before or after. Oh, and someone's doing a dive bomb there. Oh, and it's
that's Dan
Salmons and
Powers.
I think it's Powers. So Salmons in the middle of the road. He can reset the track if he's been
Nice, gonna
spun. So,
reset the
yep,
track. Yeah, he's sort of just. He's waiting for everybody to go. He's got to
yep,
be careful going backwards though, because he could get disqualified.
yep.
But that's really unlucky from T7.
Yeah, I
So
think
sort of.
Powers went for the move and went side by side there, and then I'm not sure what else happened after that. So
Yeah,
we'll let the stewards have a look at that one. Yep.
because T7's Dan the Racer and Powers were obviously pretty much in line. So it was either think I think it'd either be Dan on T7s or Powers on Dan. I think.
Yeah, I thought I saw Powers, but I could be wrong. I thought
It'd be involving
yeah,
those three
yeah,
because with those three in the wall. But
yeah. It's
yeah, really.
unfortunate for Salmons. He is the worst one off there. He's dropped down to 16, while Dan the Racer and Powers are still in 6 and 7. So yeah, unfortunate for
Yeah,
Salmons, but it's
yeah.
still a long way to go.
And I just had a look. Wayne's got rear wing damage, which you do not want around here. So
You do not.
it'd be good to see if he can. And as I said, if he can manage to get to the end, as I said, top 15 to score points, and we've seen 2 gone already. So it wouldn't surprise me if we lose a couple more. But yeah, that sort of opened up the midfield a little bit. I think people just trying to get their tyres back in at the optimal temperatures. But Tetra's still letting the train in P3. And Deli Fuller still can't get past, especially after that mistake that he made a couple of laps ago.
Yeah, it looks like he's caught up though. He's now just half a second behind, and I think I saw Quiet Cake disconnect as well. So his car will be under AI. It's probably not something you want around here as well. And looks like Deadly was just side by side. So
Problem is that's a risk. If you go for a move there, that sort of opens the door, and Bridgie again tries the outside line, but it just won't work. I said he sort of needed to do a lunge down the inside if he was going to make that corner. You just cannot go around the outside, but
side by
Deadly's
side.
really been
He's pushed
aggressive.
Tetris. And I think Bridgie's probably hit the back of Deadly as
Yeah,
well
he
there.
has. Yeah, there's barely any room up at that left-hander as it is. I think Deadly really wants this position done, but as I said, he can't afford to get wing damage or throw his race away. And as I said, every time he sort of hits Tetris, Tetris has a moment, lets the top 2 pretty much just streak away even further. And as I said, Quick Killer, he'll just stay out longer and longer, and then he'll be able to pretty much get this 20-second gap that he needs to pit. As Wayne, with the rear wing damage, that's impressive, 13.3 on the new set of medium tyres.
That's all right. Maybe the rear wings are giving him some lower downforce. He's going faster. I think Bridgie had a bit of a snap there as well, but doesn't look like he lost too much time. And now Powers and Dan the Racer are also really close there. Oh, Dan the Racer had a bit of a snap. We've got another yellow.
Flag. That was Ty now. So he's had a bit of maybe a bit of a half spin at Raskas. So he's doesn't look like he's got any damage. So
yeah, it looks okay.
Just lost a spot. So back to this. So Power's up into P7 and he's caught back onto this train. So that's sort of the pace Tetris is sort of running at the moment. But again, he's doing everything that he needs to. Parzival 8 seconds behind Powers. So it's going to be a matter as Wayne picks up a fastest lap once again. So those mediums should be... they'll be tight to get to the end, but he'll actually get an undercut on anybody who has to make another stop.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the tyres at the moment. I think it's going to be a bit of an ask to get him to the end, I think, yeah. But could be possible, but yeah.
Oh, and Deadly again struggling at the final corner, so Bridgie again, good run down into turn 1. Little bit
side by side. Oh,
there's contact.
That's not great.
Yes, just saw that. As I said, just because of the barrier sticking out, it was always going to be that Bridgie has to go right. And as I said, Deli Fuller, I don't think
he's he got pushed. He got pushed into the runoff. He's lost his front wing. So unfortunately, Bridges was able to continue, but Deadly's he's pulling over. He's letting people through. He's definitely going to have to pit and put on a new front wing.
Yeah, no, that's unfortunate. I think Bridgie, same with Deadly Fuller, they just wanted to get the move done. Bridgie again was super strong out of the last corner with Deadly Fuller just having a bit of a moment, and unfortunately Deadly Fuller likes to cover the inside, which is a good line through there. Bridgie again trying the outside, and unfortunately there was contact to the Haas's rear and both sending him off into the wall, unfortunately.
So now you've got Tetris down the Racer and Powers. So don't know if any... Oh, Tetris is coming in. I was just going to say, was any team play coming into play there? But no, it looks like Tetris has come in. So we've got another yellow. Could be...
Deadly Fuller, I think, just being careful through the swimming pool section, considering that he's got absolutely no front wing. So he is in, but that'd be disappointment. He can chuck on another set of medium tyres if he's picked the balance set, but yeah, he'd be really fuming about that incident. Not his fault whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, and Dan the Racer just had a big snap. Oh, and he's been tapped from behind from Powers. Not sure if they picked up any damage. Doesn't look like it on my screen here. Powers is definitely charging ahead, though. He's now into P4. You think we'll get this move done eventually?
Yeah, you definitely think so. It'd be interesting to see what Dan can do in a bit of clear air as well, considering that he's stuck behind Tetris for so long. As Tetris does come out in P11, a bit of clean air, and because the gaps have sort of opened up, it'll be interesting to see how his mediums go against the likes of Ty-Star's 10-lap-old mediums, Argo and Cuds. So watch for Tetris to be a little bit quick in this final stint. And we'll see if he can move up, how far he can move up, possibly in the top 10.
Yeah, and if there's a safety car, if the bunches a group up together or someone pits, Tetris will be in a good position. So let's see what he can do. But I think at the moment, Quick Killer's really just... there's another yellow.
It's quite cake. Well, that's an issue. So obviously an issue at Raskaz, and he's coming in for... a bit of front wing damage, perhaps, not sure, but Bridgie's definitely got front wing damage. But he's going to try and stay out. It's only minor front wing damage, but we'll see how he goes. Powers just stuck behind down the Racer, and I'm just having a quick look at the batteries. Powers might want to just save a little bit to try and potentially get this move done. If he wants to, Dan. A little bit of a slide out of the Notville chicane. And around to back now. Powers looks like he's just got a bit of extra speed throughout the lap, but again, you need to be quite quick, but he's close here, but he has to back out because again, no room.
Oh, and I think he might be able to get this done well. I think Dan just went a little bit wide. Is he going
Yeah,
to push? No, he's just not close enough, is he?
he's not close enough, and Dan has got quite a lot of battery that he can just burn just to cover him. But again, it's a weak turn one for him. But again,
Not going to be able to overtake him.
nah, you can't overtake him. Dan can just put on the ERS to burn it, but if he keeps going wide like that, it won't be too long before Powers is through.
Yeah, he's going to pick up marbles if he continues to go offline.
Yeah, Powers trying to just set him up. As I said, this is just the pressure again. Trying to get him to make a little bit of a mistake. Even with these two sort of battling, Bridgie just can't quite close in, and Parsible's closed in about 2 seconds on Bridgie as well, so that front wing damage is just hurting the McLaren just a little bit, and it won't help his tyre wear either.
I'm having a look at the front as well. So Trenner's, he was a second behind. He's just fallen to about 1.5 seconds behind Quick Killer. He's not able to make an overtake on those fresher tyres, but at the moment he's really just sitting behind Quick Killer. Still needs to pit.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at the gap to the leader gap. So Quick Killer is currently 22 seconds ahead of Parzival when he makes his pit stop, or before he makes his pit stop. So I'd imagine he'd come out P6, maybe P5. Is that yellow flag? I think was for Batman, I believe. So this little battle will get close, but yeah, Quick Killer he might even try and actually stretch these hards to a soft stint and just sort of see how he goes.
Yeah.
Because it'd only be a 10-second gap that he'd need to close into Dan the racer. Oh, Dan, that's wide into the hairpin. And that got very close to touching the outside wall. Doesn't want to be out wide like that again.
Yeah, it looks like Trenner's just dropped a little bit. He's now 2 seconds behind. But I think the action at the moment is really with Powers. Powers is really itching to get past. Really curious to see if he can close that gap. Well, first of all, he's got to get past, but then can he close that gap, that 11-second gap?
Yeah, strong out of the swimming pool, but again, just nowhere. But he does send him off.
Does he touch him? Oh, there's another bit of contact there as well.
They sort of go side by side.
Oh, side by side again, more contact.
Yeah, I don't think Dan will be too happy with that. And to be fair, Powers probably needed to give that spot back because he did bump and run him. So probably good that the positions are there or exactly where they were, but just got to be a little bit careful, Powers. That's the second time in the last few laps and he nearly bumps him again. Does he send the dive bomb down into turn 7, I believe?
He makes it.
Gets it done. Yep. Dan was definitely courteous to give him room there.
Yeah, I think he decided the better not to...
and Swiss Lord's around at turn 1. He gets going once again, but he's got... Oh, sorry, he hasn't got front any damage, but T7's got some front wing damage, so did T7's get involved in that, I wonder?
Must be light, because I'm not really seeing it on the screen.
Yeah, it's definitely light, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they go, but Powers has already gapped down the racer by 1.2, so he definitely needed to get that move done. But obviously 13 seconds, a little bit too close as we got Cuds and Argo fighting as that's Argo into the wall.
Yep.
That's surely that'd be a little bit of front wing damage for the Aston Martin. So Cuds takes P8 and he's got Batman right behind him, but he does go deep at Rascass. Just manages to pull it up. Get a bit of DRS just to help defend from the position that he just gained on that previous lap. And Bridgie's just found a little bit of pace actually, so he's now within a second of Dan the racer, so we'll see how the McLaren can go. Obviously it's Dan that he's got to get past, not Powers.
Yeah, and keep in mind he's got a little bit of front wing damage as well. Bridgie does, and he's got a 3-second penalty. I bring our penalties up at the moment as well. So we've got Bridgie with 3 seconds, Cuds with 3 seconds, Tyrestar with 3, and Swiss Lord with 3. But otherwise, everyone's pretty much keeping it clean. It's not too bad. And we still have 17 drivers, which is pretty good. I was
Yeah.
expecting a lot less, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah,
thinking Wayne, with the rear wing damage, he'd sort of just, even if he finished last, that he'd be in the points, but he's actually going to have to keep driving because at this rate, he can't finish last because he won't score anything. And yeah, guys have gone quite well. It's going to be interesting to see about the guys on the younger tyres, how forceful they are with the moves. As I'm sort of riding on board with Tetris in 10th. He's closed into this big pack, or the pack between Batman, Cards, and Argo. So it's going to be
yeah,
interesting to see how those mediums work against the old hards.
yeah. We saw before it's not easy, right? It's not easy with those fresher, faster tyres, but see if Tetris can make the move.
T7 having a bit of an issue out of the final corner, so Wayne gets another position up into P13. Just Tetris doesn't follow his teammates' advice and send a bit of a lunge down in the inside, but as I said, he's going to have a lot more grip with in out of the traction zones, so we'll see how he can go through Portier and through the tunnel. Well, actually not a nice exit from Argo, so Tetris will be stuck. Fourth man in line. Gap the front, 3.1 seconds, so Trenner not really having the pace on these hard tyres. I know he doesn't really have to push because he knows Quick Killer's got to stop, but Quick Killer's going to be on some really quick soft tyres.
Yeah, Quickler's got the pace on those 28 old hard tyres. He's still pulling out a gap.
Powers picks up 3 seconds, but he has
Yeah,
gained 3 seconds on Dan the Racer, so that pen may not matter, but he may be getting it. He might get a pen for the Dan incident, so he's definitely going to have to keep pushing.
yeah, and Quickler's probably going to fall behind him as well, so that penalty might bite him a little bit later on. But
Yeah.
yeah, Quickler, I think it's 10 laps to go. I think he'll be coming in the next few laps to put on a set of softs and really push it towards the end.
Yeah, gap to Bridgie now 23 seconds, so he'll come out in P4, probably just behind Dan the Racer. So yeah, he's stayed out. Obviously, that was the call. He obviously felt the mediums weren't going to last with that first safety car, so he stayed on the hards. He's going to go real quick at the end. I think
It's
Trenner's
going
got,
around again.
yeah, so I think Trenner's going to be a little bit too far, but we'll have to wait and see as Cud's really close behind Batman. As we see this 4-car train go around to back. Cuz was a little bit cautious through there, actually. But then makes up a bit of time through the swimming pool. And it's going to be stuck behind him. Oh, that's a little bit wide from Batman. Could open the door up for turn 1 if Cuds can nail this. But Cuds goes slightly wide. And Batman goes ahead, so...
Tetris. Oh, Tetris is trying. Oh, no, he's not going to make it.
That got very close to the Acid's rear wing, but we'll see how he exits through turn 1. Good pace up the hill, but again, just no room to stick a nose in. I mean, you can stick a nose in, but we saw earlier on that it didn't end well, so... So he's got to be a
Yeah,
little bit careful, because...
oh, and
Oh, and
he's rear-ended
that's...
the Aston.
No, don't look like he didn't pick up damage, thankfully, but
No,
he's
I don't
just got
think
to be a
so.
little bit careful. Quick Killer's in. That'll be all important as Tetris has the inside line. Can we go 2 by 2 through the
Oh,
tunnel? It
he's in
got
front.
close, and it's going to be Argo
No,
with the inside line at the chicane. Keeps the lead of this little pack. Where does Quick Killer come out? Oh,
it's
Quick Killer's
in
actually
P3.
jumped. Yeah, so he's actually, that pit lane's not as long as what I thought. So he's only 2 seconds off the powers, and
You'd think he'd make that move. It's
it'd be interesting. But 8 laps. I
12
mean,
seconds. It just really depends on how much he gets held up by Powers, but he could be up for a win.
yeah, it's definitely not out of the realm, and hopefully Trent has maybe just saved his hards, knowing that Quick Killer's gonna be coming back at him. But gonna be real interesting as Deadly Puller gets past Jeneth, who
This
comes
might be
into
a
the
good
pit lane.
opportunity now
Oh,
for Quick Killer. Sorry.
Tetris gets Argo. No, Tetris gets that move done, but it's going to be the battle for P2. Powers nearly touched the Wall,
Side by
he's got to
side.
send the move. Oh, probably
Yeah.
lucky that he backed out of that one. Otherwise, that could have been goodbye to any chance. Batman just let Tetris go, I think. So, Quick Killer just got to get the run out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
you
got
can
it.
see the
That's
second
it.
part of the traction zone, yeah. But Powers isn't going to give this up. But again, the switch back. As we run up the hill, a
Oh,
bit of
that's
side-by-side
it's
contact.
really great driving.
Yeah, so Quick Killer's got it done, and he got it done within a lap.
Yeah,
So we'll see
he knew he
11,
needed to get past.
yeah,
He
11,
couldn't sit behind.
yeah, 11.2 seconds. He's really starting to close that gap. So it's going to be one thing to catch him, another thing to pass, and what his soft's going to be when he does get him, because he's really closing the gap. Wayne gets past
To
Ty-Star.
P10.
Yeah,
Not
so
bad from Wayne.
Wayne's,
After that incident, he's hit the wall and he's got rear wing damage. He's moving up to P10.
yeah,
Great. He's in the yeah,
it'd be
still in the points,
interesting.
but yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Wayne's, because Wayne raced around here on Wednesday night, I believe, for another league, and first league race he did with no traction control. So he's running no traction control again. He's done a really good effort tonight. Obviously, that practice the other night really helped him, and after sort of the issues that he had earlier on, to finish in the top 10 with the rear wing, yeah, it'd be a great job as
Yeah, it'd
Quick
be
Killer
awesome.
goes 12-2. And as I have a quick look, that was 4 seconds quicker than Trenner's last lap.
Yeah. Yeah, so you'll definitely catch him. You think you'd pass him as well, but let's see how the two fight once they get close. And remind me, Scotty, we've only had one safety car. Is
Yeah,
that right?
one safety car. I
Amazing.
believe no VSCs. So yeah, it's been great job from all drivers. As I said, we've only lost Ratbag and Mertz, and they've sort of both, I think, both self-inflicted at the Novell chicane. We might find out post-race if that was or wasn't the case, but yeah, been a really good race. Some good battles, a couple of little incidents, but it's going to really spice up with Quick Killer really on the charge. And I reckon this is going to be another fastest lap, considering that he made the move on Powers the previous lap. So I'm waiting for that purple fastest lap to come up on the screen very shortly. And
Yep,
11.3.
11.3. It's a 4 second interval. A
Yep.
4 second gap. Yep.
4 second gap. This time
It's
it was
falling.
4.5 seconds quicker than Trenner that last lap. Trenner only a 15.7, so Trenner's, I think, in real trouble here. He's going to have to defend for his life, but I just think the traction off those softs is just going to be a little bit too much, I reckon.
Yeah, 3 lap old softs versus 22 lap old hards. I know where my money's on.
Yeah, 100%. The only thing Quick Killer does not need is a silly 3 second time penalty. Is just a couple more drivers picking them up. So Ty-Star currently in P11, Temmons in P12. And I think we're going to see a switch for the Red Bull drivers. We are. So the full-time Red Bull driver takes P11.
And
So we'll see.
Quick Killer's pretty much on the back of Trenner.
Yeah,
Less than a second now.
I was probably thinking lap 36, lap 37, but yeah,
Yeah.
scratch that. If he's making 4 seconds a lap, yeah, I reckon he might even get him down at turn
Yeah,
one.
it might happen now. He'll have DRS. Oh, he had a little bit of a snap.
Yeah, a little bit of a slide, but he's still just great traction. The McLaren is...
Nope.
Oh,
Oh, I think there's a little bit of a rear end there. Yep.
A little bit of rear end, but again, it's just going to be the grip up the hill,
Yep.
and that's the move done. Quick Killer takes the lead, and he's got 5 laps left to go, and that Alfa Romeo, from Trenner's point of view, is just going to go off into the distance.
Yeah, I think he might want to wave him goodbye. I think, but it's still a great, still be a great P2 for Trenner. Should be proud of that. So Quick Killer's just way too fast. So yeah, having a look at Tetris as well. I think Tetris wants to make the move, but Cud's in front of him's got a penalty, so he'll get that position anyway.
Yeah,
I'll bring up the penalties just really quickly. So Powers has got a 3 second, but at the moment it won't matter. Bridges has got a 3 seconds, and that will matter.
Will hurt him.
Yep. Cuds has got a 3 seconds, that will hurt him. They will lose a spot. Tystar's got 6 seconds. That'll probably drop him down to P14 at this stage. So yeah, a few penalties there. They're going to hurt a few drivers, but yeah, it's better than I expected. To tell you the truth, it's not that bad.
Yeah. And it's very interesting about this strategy too, and just see what the guys do in tiers 2 and 1, because if you're one of the top runners and you're on hard tyres and you can actually gap the field a little bit, this hard soft looks to be a really
Yeah,
nice strategy. If the field's spread out, and if you're very quick and confident about overtaking around here, definitely could be a really good one, because he's made up 15 seconds in like the last 5 laps. So
yeah,
that's how
yeah.
much pace those soft tyres and those hards. Looking at them, they're a little bit red on my screen, 50%, 55%, 52%. So they will not be feeling great whatsoever.
The 5 lap old softs.
No, the 24 lap old hards.
Oh, okay. Yep, yep.
It's Delipula, and no, that's Argo coming into the pits for this set of soft tyres.
Ooh.
So Tetris, I know he'd like to get this move done, and because he knows that Parsifal's actually not too far up the road. So having a quick look, Bridgie 37.8. Tetris is only about half a second out of Bridgie's 3 seconds. So if Tetris can get this move on as Dan picks up a
Doing the
3
race, it
second
picks
time
up 3
penalty.
seconds.
But he's saying that he's got absolutely no one near him, so this is really not going to matter.
Yeah, Tetris with those 14 lap old mediums are definitely faster than the hards. If he can get past, he might be able to put a challenge on Parzival, but I think he's running out of time. It's only Tetris. Sorry, Tetris. As I said that, he almost hit the wall. So yep, might jump on someone else.
I was going to say, Cuds is actually closing in on Parzival here, so I know he's got the 3 second, but he's going to put a bit of pressure on the Ferrari, and Parzival's just sort of dropped back, so I'm just wondering if just those tyres on the Ferrari just starting to give him a little bit of a headache, because Cuds is really closed up. Tetris, I reckon, should close up back to this pack quite quickly, and Wayne's now in P9. It's a fair effort that he's got rear wing damage. I don't know how bad it is, but he's got rear wing damage, and he's managed to not hit the wall once again.
Yep. No penalties either. So yeah, it's well done from Wayne.
And if this Bridgie train sort of closes up and sort of they hold each other up, Wayne might be able to pinch another spot here as well.
Cuds
But
really wants this move. He's got the penalty, but he really wants to get past that Ferrari.
yeah, he's obviously kept his tyres in just a little bit better condition. As Parzival's just really struggling. Cuds had a bit of he didn't get the best exit, and that allows Parzival to hold his lead into turn 1. So Parzival's strong where he needs to be. Problem is, Cuds is quick most of the other lap, but just can't get the move done. Oh, that was a little bit of a moment from Batman. Sorry, from Parzival, having a little bit of a wiggle as Jennings picks up a 5 second penalty for ignoring blue flags.
Yeah, and Tetris is now right behind Cuds as well.
Oh, and Quick Killer's getting really involved in that little battle, Jennings in the wall. So Quick Killer actually slowed right down on the inside, just looking like he coming into pit lane. So that was really messy, and he's lost about 3 seconds on that. Not sure if he's got any front wing, but he will not be happy that he's potentially had contact with lap cars.
Yeah, I didn't see that. It looks like his car's all in one piece at the moment. He's coming up to a few more lap cars at the moment. He's got 8 seconds gap to P2. He doesn't really need to need to get involved with that. He can just ease off the accelerator and just and it looks like he's doing that.
Yeah, and Trent has had to pass 3 lap cars as well, so he's dropped a lot of time to Powers, who obviously he'll have the same issue to deal with. But Card's still behind, and Wayne was about 4 seconds behind this train. He's now 1.6. So he's flying on those mediums. I know he's got clear air, but he's flying. As Powers picks up a
Powers
three
picks up
second
another
time
3 seconds. That's 6 seconds. So at the
again,
moment, he'll
does nothing.
still retain P3. Oh, Dan's got 6 seconds as well, so it doesn't matter. Yep.
Yeah, but final lap. Quick Killer coming around the final corner. Great drive from the Alfa Romeo, and he will pick up the victory
Yep.
at Monaco. Treno will finish P2. Powers. Great job from rear of the field up into P3. So that's your driver of the day right there.
Yep. Definitely. Great job moving
Dan,
up to back of the field up into P3. Very well done.
yeah. Dan been pretty good, pretty consistent. He'll finish P4. It's going to be the case of Bridgie in P5. He may drop behind Cuds and Puzzle. It just depends on how these penalties work out. But yeah, great job from Dan. Bridgie crosses the line. Oh, hang on. Alright, Dan finishes P4.
Possible P4.
No, that's Dan's, for whatever reason, they haven't classified him, so Dan will be P4. Puzzle will be P5. Bridgie P6. Tetris P7.
Yep.
Wayne, great job in P8, so fantastic result. He'd be really happy with that. Cuds in P9. Deadly Fuller in P10. And T7's just missing in P11. Quiet Cake P12. Argo in P13. And I have a feeling we may have a glitched
Yep.
lobby. Oh, no, we're all good. So, yeah, Dan finished 4th.
Yep. Yeah, it's coming up on my screen as fourth, so I'm not sure why it showed that, but
Yeah.
not a problem. I will correct that
But
in the
Powers,
standings.
great job from him. Obviously, a couple of nice moves, a couple of iffy moments, but as I said, he was well clear of 4th place with the 6 seconds worth of penalties. But yeah, I think Quick Killer, he'd be a contender as well. I thought the strategy wasn't going to quite work, but I mean, you make 4 seconds a lap on the softs. He was never a chance to pretty much lose that victory. Trenner had no chance to hold off, but yeah, great job from Trenner as well. I think he'll be content with P2. He didn't have the pace on the old hards.
Yeah, Trenner will be happy with that. I think he hasn't had too much luck this season, so to get a P2, I'm pretty sure he'll be happy with that. But yeah, definitely Powers coming from back of the grid up to P3. That's a massive effort, and Quick Killer, yep, just too quick for everyone. I think we have Powers in the party, Scotty. If you want to kick off a couple of questions.
Yeah, I think we do. Powers, great job from you. Saw some nice moves from you. Couple of little iffy moments just with the with I think the move on Dan at Rascash, second last corner. But yeah, just talk about your race, and you just seem to cut through that field quite nicely.
Yeah, just pretty much just started at the back, just made it through turn 1, and then just pretty much just sat in behind everyone, waited for a few to make a few mistakes, like the move on Myrtle. He went a bit out wide into the sorry, I think it was like turn 3 or 4 at the top of the hill that goes to the right, or the left, sorry. He went a bit wide out there, and I just put it down the inside, got that move done. So it was pretty much just sitting in behind everyone, waiting for them to make little iffy mistakes here and there, and then just capitalising on it, and then gain 2 places in the pits as well under that safety car, so that was nice as well. And then just once I got past Dan, it was a little bit of an iffy move, but once I got past him, it was just smooth sailing from there, and just constantly pulled it. I was catching Trainer, give me a couple more laps, 100% race, and I probably would have caught him, but yeah, but it's 50% race, got to do what you can do. And P3, I'm happy to take away that from P18, but a great drive from Trainer and Quick Killer. They were very rapid tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, your move that you did on Dan, I think at the end there, I think it was a really good move actually. I don't think it was iffy at all. I think the one at Raskaz where you sort of just gave him a little bit of a bump. We saw you just give the Alpine a little bit of a hit a couple of times in the rear. Obviously, you could tell that you were super quick in the a lot apart, but as we know with Monaco, there's just barely any spots to overtake, and yeah, obviously you managed to find a few of the unusual corners that you were able to get the moves done.
Yeah, exactly right. It was just a good, well-rounded strategy in the end, and then just cut to the field, which was really, really nice.
Yeah, but great drive from you, P3, and you do lose a couple of points in the standings, but as I said, you build up that big lead for a reason. So
Not too many
obviously,
points though. Yeah, I could have been had I not made it past all those moves. So definitely
yeah,
made a
but
few points back up in the end.
yeah, so great drive. I think we've got. As I quickly check the calendar again, I think we've got Baku. I think next week. No, Singapore. Singapore next week.
Okay, I can
Obviously,
do Singapore. I can do
we,
Singapore.
yeah, we know Singapore's obviously a tough one in terms of the time and length. So how you feeling for that one?
Ah, great new layout. Love it. Love the new layout. It's phenomenal. Just cruisy, smooth. Just got to. It's basically like the next 3 weeks after this week. It's just keeping it clean, nice, out of the walls, and I think you'll get through pretty fairly. I mean, pretty impressed with the tier 3 grid tonight though. I think it was only 1 or 2 DNF, so that was pretty impressive from the boys.
Yeah, and only
Yeah,
one safety car. So yeah, very well done. I think you guys set the pace for the tier 2 and tier 1 boys tomorrow and on Sunday. So yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Well done, Powers.
Thanks, boys.
Good job. All right, I think in P2 we have Trenner. Trenner, are you there?
Hey boys, how we going?
Good, good. Congratulations there, P2. I know you'd be happy with that. I think you've haven't had too much luck this season, and to bring home a P2, I'm sure you're over the moon. P1 would have been nicer, but I think Quick Killer just had too much pace. So yeah, talk us through your race.
Yeah, things started out pretty well. Went mediums, hoping that a safety car would maybe happen a little later than it did. I think, unfortunately, I was left on the hards at the end a little longer than I wanted to. And then, as you say, when Quick Killer got on those softs, I think I saw him cut out like 3 seconds on his first lap. And at that point, I saw the writing on the wall. I was then just going into tyre preservation mode because those hards were not fun at the end. But yeah,
Yeah,
P2,
I think you had.
I'll take it with this season. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I think you had to make a couple of overtakes, and he did them pretty quickly. He was gaining like 4 seconds a lap, and when we saw that, we thought, oh, yeah, it's going to be hard to defend that one. So, but yeah, great quality session and great race, keeping it clean, and P2's well deserved points.
Yeah, thanks. And I'll just go back to Powers there. He said he was catching me, but he can thank his mate Jenneth for that one. Almost DNF'd me on the second last lap, so that cut about 5 seconds of my lead to him. So
Yeah,
could have been as long as you wanted, Powers. You weren't getting me, buddy.
Yeah, I think Quick Killer got caught up in that as well. So it's something the other drivers need to be aware of. Blue flags. So just need to be careful there.
Yeah, it was all good. I think he just had a little error, and then he was I think he was trying to make a 3 to 20 point turn coming onto the straight, and yeah, it was a bit of a shock coming around the corner, but it was all good.
All right, thank you, Trenner.
Thanks, boys.
I'm not sure if we got Quick Killer on the call.
Got Quick Killer. I think he's in here because I'm pretty sure he's had a few of these interviews, so not sure if he does interviews or not. But yeah, what can we say? We obviously him and Trenner were the two dominant drivers, and even on the really old hards, he was outpacing Trenner 10, 11 laps younger. So that's sort of just the pace that Quick Killer had around here, and probably a little bit unlucky that he didn't get pole. Made a slight mistake on his lap, but yeah, there's not much you can really say about that. It's a great effort from the Alfa Romeo once again, and picks up yet another victory.
Yeah, it's a great job. I think he gets fastest lap as well, so he'll get 25 points there. And yeah, the only thing I think he was missing was pole position, but yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about that. So great job there, Quick Killer, if you can hear us. So Scotty, thanks for joining me in the comments box tonight. We have Tier 2 tomorrow at 5 p.m. and then Tier 1 at, I can't remember what time your race is, Scotty.
Yeah, 5 p.m. again. So
5 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, exact same time. So yeah,
that's it. So hope you can all join us then. And this is a Battle Cat signing off. Good night.